Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today I will show you one of the most dominating diamond runs I had after the bans, and will show you how easy it is to rank up when we are serious about it. Each game in this video will be pretty different, so they will make up for pretty epic journey, and I actually felt bad for how hopeless our opponents were in some of those games, so this will be fun as well. Last game in this video will be the diamond promo game, so you know, check out the great finale, and we'll talk about this custom build in the outro along with all the stats, so you'll see the full picture. And yeah, this will be a wild ride, so bring some popcorn because today we're out for blood and quality entertainment, so have fun. So let's see, so this is like a poison, probably Fin deck, right? They definitely play it. See, that's how you know. To be honest, No More Lies is probably a little bit stronger in this matchup. This is more expensive, but maybe we get to 5 mana, so let's counter this one. It seems that the situation is under control. It's not. We whiffed on this guy and we need to somehow get rid of it. 1-drops are super annoying, because you need to instantly get the answer to them. And this is of course a dead card. We could cycle something, but I would love to hit something with Negate. And then we play a land. We play this counter spell and we cycle Rest in Peace, and that solves a lot of problems. Maybe we can get into Ultima because we might be forced to go this route. Our opponent is at 4 cards, so not too many, but I'm not sure how it will go. Second poison, very scary. But this is like more of an aggro version. Because they don't have blue, right? So they cannot poison you directly. They need the board for it. So if we get board under control, this could be good. Man, literal perfection. This is one of the few cards that we actually can counter here. And they have protection spell, it seems. This could be also this 1 mana proliferate removal. So -1/-1 and proliferates. So this is a very bad draw, of course. And you can see that the poison from this one insect, I always think it's a rat, but it's an insect, is starting to stack, already getting 3 poison out of this single card, and it will go higher. It might go up to 6. It feels like more or less like this. So they might pass the turn, which is probably worst case scenario for us. That means we need to draw something. As you can see, if not this insect, we would be absolutely fine because we have more and more control over the game. But here, I mean, every turn we are closer to dying. And every bad draw we get is a problem. But at least we have Anchorage, so hopefully we can fix it. We will lose our second white mana, so maybe we use Demolition Field on this turn. I actually think we do. And so they don't have type, so it doesn't really matter which one we remove. Let's go for this. And we take the plains. We try to sacrifice Anchorage. That will mean that our counter spell is weaker, so that's a problem because I really want to cycle this card. Man, this Rest in Peace is just sitting here like a spire of bad draws. Let's draw a card. That was an interesting metaphor. And let's see what they play. They can still cast instants, alright? Okay, Marang. Marang can be really good. We play the land, alright. So we can... Okay, we are stopping the bleeding, because it's been great, except this one single card that slipped through our counter spells. And you can see how much pain this 1-drop can do. Normally you ignore 1-drops, but this one is extremely deadly. If we activate it, there is a chance it dies. Drowning Ichor maybe or something, but we still need to go for the play. We can counter one spell, but we actually don't want to counter, because then we are losing the card all. With Marang it's a little bit better, but this could be cast as a creature, so we got the block already pretty good. Let's see what they are doing. A cut down. It's interesting they went for the block for us, that gives us time. You know what, we can try to use it to our advantage. Now we don't get dealt poison. So this is interesting. There is a chance they have something and they want us to tap. Because if we want to use this mana, we need to do it now. And I will take the risk because we should hit Ultima, we will cycle this, and hopefully we have all the answers for the next turns. I was considering Get Lost as well. So this, I think, was a good decision. Let's see how much they can punish. They can draw 2 cards with Inquiry. They didn't. Very good, very good. And this Fountainport also answers this like absolutely nightmare 1-drop that is terrifying us since the start of the game. But it's getting close. See, I said that it's 5-6 poison. Maybe we even solve it faster. And now our opponent is starting to be in a really big problem, because now we can pay life to create creatures, and life doesn't matter because it's all about those poison counters. That means they need to play into the board, and that might mean a problem. However, if they have a Whisper of the Draw, something like this, that's the card. They can use -1/-1 on fish. So we could just go with Get Lost to make sure we are safe. And they need to play a creature if they want to use it. I think because I expect this card, they know about Fountainport, so if they are attacking, that means they have a game plan for it. Okay, here's the protection spell. We could try to counter it and force another one. I think this is good. I think this is good. We also cycle cards, so it will help us. Even if they have more, and they probably do, we can get through it, and we get to 5 poison, which is not the biggest deal. They didn't play a creature, so I assume there is a chance like they have 3 protection spells, I cannot talk, or something. And I want to give you all of this information, alright? Control is really exciting for me, as you can clearly see. And this is the first turn of the game, when we are starting to have full control over the game. And it will not be nice for our opponent. We even have Ultima. We actually don't need those. We already solved the problem. And now we can start doing cards using Fountainports and stuff like this. This is probably a worthwhile target. Let's just make sure we hit the good stuff. And we can still counter if they go crazy. From 4 poison, they cannot kill you indirectly. Negate is okay. Not the best card, but it should hit the target. And okay, so we turned 1 counter spell into double counter spell, and now we don't need to tap double. Yeah, it's going great. And this is why you love playing control. Once you solve this situation, our opponent probably realizes that they're losing grasp over this game. So let's see what our opponent is doing. 5 cards. Okay, and now we are starting to reverse it. Even if they have 4 of those removals, they are not killing us. And I can keep the Fountainport. Yeah, let's keep it. This is a bad roll. I wanted a land. So I think they have this card. And when they try to kill the fish, we just sacrifice it and we deny the value. And I think they see it. Because usually you play this. This deck is super low to the ground. It has a ton of 1-drops. Raska's Fall. This one is more expensive and better for us. So let's negate this. I don't want to get any poison, and if they are tapping 3 mana for it, I'm absolutely happy to oblige. They don't have too many cards that do this type of effect. It's fine. Let's sacrifice. We still have a counter spell. So this way we don't sacrifice a creature, because we drew a card, and we just get the poison token. So we go to 5, and we still have a counter spell. Now we won't counter anything except super meaningful stuff. Because we need to untap and get both counter spells online. And then we go with Fountainport, so you can see every turn you're getting more and more ahead. We could go for Ezrim. This can get hexproof very easily. I'll be honest, I don't think... Okay, we will do it for the content, right? No, we might lose. If I play this, I tap so heavily, I might lose. And normally you use this because it has lifelink, so moment your opponent attacks you, you just, block lifelink and try to protect it. But here it's all about poison, so life gain completely doesn't matter. They could even go for the treasures. But the cool side about playing against poison is that you can use all the life as resource. Up to 6. You know what? We have a lot of counter spells. I think this is a good moment. Let's go for it. We basically try to negate all the poison that they have at, as a spell, and we have way too many Ultimas. We don't need them. Alright, this is going perfect. And even if you think that there's not much action, our opponent is basically suffocating every single turn, and we make sure that it continues. That's how we basically play this, because every turn they have less options, and they try to surprise you in some way. This is a mass counter. Let's go. This one is an easy choice. And let's keep drawing cards. We have a ton of counter spells. The tap is a little bit wrong. Okay, here it is. I think we can get rid of one Ultima. So this is the type of creature you don't want to kill with instants because they protect it. This is a very good play for them. So maybe we just go Marang. We get one poison counter, but that means they cannot play another spell if they draw something because we can counter it. Up to 6. As you can see, it's getting closer and closer. This is the card we love to see here. That's very good for us. We don't need to counter this one. We can just go Marang. We have so many counter spells here that we can go a little bit crazy. I could even just bounce it, deny all the value, and draw a card. Maybe we just play Marang. They can of course replay it, but it will be a bit of a pickle for them, and they wasted the map. Which is always cool. So we could go Marang right now, if we want to tap out. Honestly, I think this is a good plan. This way we still can protect our stuff. We can start being aggressive, we deny all the map tokens. Maybe we go even Ezrim, if we are feeling extra brave. This could be a super quick lethal. This is what, 11, 12 damage on the next turn. Can they kill us with 3 cards? It won't be easy to counterspell something, to be honest. But it's not 2 turn lethal, so I think it doesn't matter too much. We can always use fish, attack for 8 and then 8. So I think that's better. They kinda do the same thing, and this one is sorcerer. So they cannot cast it at the end step. Here it is. I see. We do it like this, because then with the knife, it's not about killing a creature, it's about proliferating. This fizzles, they lost the poison. They are running out of cards, and probably a lot of them, or at least 1 or 2, might not be poison. So they are running out of time. Cut down is fine. To be fair, we could just draw a card here. We like drawing cards, don't we? They might play this and draw card. Actually 2 cards, but I think that's fine. That's a good risk to take. Alright, perfect. I kinda hope that they extend the board, because then we can do this. Everything gets exiled, so there are no effects that work. Nothing happens. And now we are left with 2 counter spells, and our opponent has 2 cards, and we are at 6 poison, so it gets worse and worse. Sure. This one will actually die to it. But we can just use the clues to get some new cards. Let's make fish. Maybe we decide to block with it. Or we can just draw an answer. And see, turn after turn they have less and less and less, and suddenly they are not scary at all. Let's go with 1 Fountainport. We go Ezrim. Now our opponent realizes that the situation is dire. We need 4 mana for the counter spell, so we have 4 open. That probably means I get lost here. I want to push some extra damage so we can close the game faster. We can use the clues at the end step if we want. We can make treasures with Fountainport for, you know, more artifacts, so we can sacrifice them. And even if both of those cards are poison effects, we go to 8. So we don't even need to counter anything probably. And they need to draw 2 more from the top and not get it countered. So then you win. So let's see what our opponent will do with this. I think the game is ours, honestly. And I will push for as much damage as possible. You know, as a control player, it's just a 1-1 basically. There is a chance they will target it, so let's not tap fully. Oh, very nice draw. Alright, swing. 7. And they suddenly were in the driver's seat for the whole game, and suddenly it completely reverses. Now they have 1 turn to gain control, And they probably won't. Oh man, this is such a they will use the map token and will bounce it to tax their mana. And of course, who draws cards? The control player, because all the fun is ours, and we do not share. And now they are so tapped that if they replay it, we just counter it very easily. Oh, this should not be so fun, man. But it is. And see, we left at 6. As we originally kinda predicted. So now we make more fish and we win the game. See? Ezrim again doing the work. And it's going so well. This is absolutely counterspell. Like 4 cards, please don't. Please don't. We are the ones with a lot of them. So we could drop the Jace. One of the two. I think this is worth it. They might kill Jace, it's fine. I could wait one more turn, but we don't have good plays for this turn. It's Rakdos, so could be Reanimator, but it seems it's a combo deck. Very good draw. We just need to untap, so it's probably Harmless Offering combo or something along those lines. We would love to not see this Annex right now. We would absolutely love to not see this card. But it's here. It's always here. So we pump Jace. And now we need to be on our guard. However, look at this. All of those counter spells exactly dodged this, which is unfortunate. I still think Tome was good counter spell. Otherwise, they would just chill, draw 5 cards or 4 cards basically, and then start duressing us and then drop the Annex. Ghost Vacuum, not relevant. Bait. Don't fall for the bait. Our opponent doesn't have Sunken Citadel, so they cannot activate the Fountainport on this turn. The Graveyard doesn't really matter. So it is like Rakdos control, I guess. So we might have an interesting win con of literally killing them with their own Annex. Because we have all the stuff we need. Demolition Field is very nice here. Let's get rid of the land. We cannot afford 2 mana. Oh, this is so nice. Okay, I love it, man. This is so good. I would love to be greedy with Jace, so let's try. Because I think we have a lot of ways to win this game. We can go for the meal. Ah, you like my Demolition Field. Oh, they clicked it. They know it's a card that matters. So we can either meal them, or we can just try to kill them with their own Annex, getting rid of all the demons, or we can just... I'm not sure why they are doing it. I don't think there's literally any benefit outside of, you use ability because it's there. And we can bounce also Annex and counter it if we don't want to fight this value. Our opponent probably doesn't have too many important cards, so this could be really interesting. I should make decision before this triggered, so that was not perfect. Alright, can we kill them? They have the Sanctuary, so I think they want to do it now. Bring it on! Bring it on! They have Restless Vent, so they can attack with this one. Let's see, they can make a treasure, because we'll ramp them. But that also means they need to tap fully. Alright, they are making the fish. By the way, fish is a great target for Into the Roil, because you remove a creature and you draw a card. But Annex is probably even better. Absolutely. Let's take some blue mana maybe, because we will be fighting for some, counter spells here. I could just destroy it and try to win the normal game. It's not the worst. Alright, let's not be too greedy. We have so many counter spells that I think we are kinda safe. And this is a cut down, so they just showed us. Oh, no, it could be Vacuum. But they probably still have cut downs. Very good draw, absolutely amazing. And because fish is here, we'll do it like this. I don't want to waste card with this, so we will just bounce it later. Unless they don't tap. So they can use Fountainport to sacrifice it in response, so they deny a card and they draw the card. So we need to do it when they cannot use the Fountainport. Sure. Interesting. If that was a creature, then it's fine. But here, Wait. Put each creature card exiled with this artifact into the battlefield. So those need to be creature cards. Those are non-creatures. Alright. Oh, perfect. Oh, non-land! No way. Alright, that's fine. So, we have some ways to do stuff here. This has menace. I think we just bounce the fish. Yeah, I think this is a good turn to draw some cards. And then we will decide what to do. They can threaten Jace a little bit, but it's not like the biggest deal, to be honest. It hurts, but we have ways to get more cards. Let's see what they will do. I could also make a fish and then make a fish and, you know, double block on the next turn so we can fuel Menace, but I don't think it's worth it. But this gives us basically a free turn, and that's everything. They play the land, right? I think that was the land. Yep. So now we can go into the Roil. We get rid of the fish, so we don't need to plus it for the future, but most of all, we draw a card. So we basically got ahead. Oh, and this is a very powerful draw. I think it's a little bit too early, but man, they're at 13. How are they at 13? This went really fast. So I could draw a card with Jace, which is really tempting. And then they have kinda nothing. Yeah, I honestly really like this game plan. We also fuel future Jace, so maybe we get them to 20 cards. But, oh right, that's why they are doing it. Alright, that's a good play. I honestly didn't see it coming. So they are exiling their own graveyard so they can prevent Jace drawing 3 cards. I'm kinda impressed. They are thinking really long in the game. Alright? So as you can see, this deck doesn't really have too many things to threaten us, because they are so focused on creatures. They probably have Annex. Not sure what the win con is. It feels like Annex, honestly. We could allow them to draw some cards, because we'll draw more. And it helps us to bounce, to mill them. We still have 1 J, so if we have to, we'll just mill them. And this is the real card. the first one was a bait. You know what? If we can draw enough cards to fuel this card, we can just force them to lose with this. Okay, this will be a fun way to win the game. Alright? You are allowed to have your pact, but you won't have the chance to get it back. This will be so fun. So we will use their demonic pact to get a win con. And we, okay, already second Jace. I'll be honest, we don't need Ezrim here. We still, I think we have 1 more. I need all the counter spells, because right now I want to prevent this getting sacrifice. Oh, but they have Bargain. Oh, okay, I messed up a little bit, right? Because Bargain is part of the casting cost, which means you cannot counter it. If you check the wording on this, you may sacrifice enchantment as you cast the spell. So even if it gets countered, they still Bargain it. So that is a little bit of a problem. So maybe I should keep it, but that's fine. You know what? Maybe we just do it again. They want to draw cards. I think we honestly go for this, because I kinda messed up and we are like, alright, I control the battlefield, so we will just rewind the last turn and now I do it right. That's what you get when we are playing control. You have all the fun for yourself. So if they reply it, of course we will counter it. They will have 3 mana, so 1 No More Lies won't do it. We probably go for 3 steps ahead, which means they tap 4 mana, they have 3 left, and that means no Demonic Pacts. So in the end that will be the win con, because they want to discard 2 cards from us, draw 2 cards themselves, and in the end they will have huge card advantage, especially if they play anything like Duress. That might give them the edge they're looking for. However, they didn't play the land. Nope. And it feels so fun to play our deck against their deck. It's like they cannot do anything, man, unless we allow it. As you can see, that's why you don't need win cons. Well then, we are going first and we have Marang, counter spell, and the removal. This deck makes me so happy. This deck makes me very unhappy on the other side, so I think it evened out in first turn. the ultimate arc nemesis, Mono Red against control. But this one is a bit of a normal deck right now. So let's see. Lizards, but let's see if they have a lot of lizards or just Hard Claw. If they don't play anything, I will just kill the creature at the end step. They still might run some pump spells. Here you go, that's the real target. Unfortunately, this one has a ward. Not much we can do about this part. Let's go. Pay life. So they wanted to bait removal with this play, and now we are going to the real play. Let's make a stop, because we actually kinda whiffed here. We don't have Ultima, which is a little bit scary. And you absolutely need to make some stops. Don't show your opponent that you have literally nothing. This will make them so they make worse plays, like pumping a creature with a token, instead of like making a huge play. Like, even when I played aggro, moment I've seen no priority, it was like all over. You just roll all the damage and you win the game. We can activate the Anchor. Oh, I guess we have priority from this. We can activate it. Well, I wish I had the answer to this. So now they can replay all the 2-drops, all the geckos. Mentor. Well, that's one of the downsides of Negate. Well, that is definitely an awkward one. This would, of course, counter a spell. Alright, I think we need to go into any of our 4 Ultimas, but that is a ton of damage. They will also draw a lot of cards. We have only one shot at winning this, and it's not countering a spell. So this one draws out of 4 cards, basically. So this one is actually better, because the last card can be Ultima, so if you play Marang, we won't get it. If we play this one, we might. I think we're not dead yet. We're close, but not dead yet. And they have less hasters than the other builds, like it's Lizard deck. Let's eat the damage for the day. Oh, and Vents! Vents will be even more annoying, especially with Menace. That forces us to, you know, draw a Get Lost. Even Jace won't do it, because it's not a creature on our turn. Okay, let's go for the Spellgyre. Here you go, that's how you do it. Just be good at magic. But it's not over. It's actually not over. We have a lot of work to do. Let's go Ultima. If you counter this, you will just die on the next turn, so sometimes you need to roll the dice. Because with 4 Ultimas, you have a decent chance at drawing cards. Fortunately, they didn't go for the Vents. So now we have some options. If we draw a land, we can play Marang and probably kinda dominate the battlefield. And scrap that, we won't. We won't. We have Into the... Alright, so I didn't play around lizards having a bat army. It's like, you know, Lord of the Rings, just opposite. Ezrim, please, save us. This card can actually do it. It has flying, it has lifelink, it has literally everything you want. And they deal 4 damage on this turn. So this can actually carry the game. Bro, Ezrim saved us! Well, we're going first with some counter spells. Definitely too early for Ezrim. This is your like late game. This is for players that just refuse to leave, basically. Usually you don't need win cons, because when you play control... Please stop. When you play control, your real win con is having control over the situation. If you have 2 counter spells and your opponent has 0 cards, that's when you win the game. So the win con is kinda just, you know, a sign for your opponent, can you please leave the game, because I have other things to do. So that's why you usually have like 1 or 2 win cons in control. And now they can play around it. They've seen Marang, so they know this is very close to hard counter spell. So that's an interesting one. Do you think they're waiting until we play Marang? So then the counterspell gets weaker? This could be the thing. Lily, alright, so probably next Annex drops. We have to get rid of Liliana, she's absolutely terrifying. And we don't have Get Lost, so we cannot answer her. And we just go Marang, into Ezrim, Ezrim. Look at this hand, just full of options. Honestly, Bloodletter is way better than I expected. This is decent for us. I think... What is this hand? It's a Marang Ezrim hand. The legendary one. This is a lot of damage, but now we have a counter spell. So we don't need 5th mana on this turn. I'm not playing Ezrim, so we will either counter something or go Marang. They don't know about next Marangs. Until now they knew what's up. Well, this is a lot of damage. I think we counter it. Especially that we trade 4 mana for 4 mana. They don't have more play, so this is probably as good situation as we get. That was no priority. Well, we don't want you here. So we could go Ezrim. This will probably die. But we have enough mana to protect it once, so they will need to double remove it, and they cannot kill it at the end step. I will risk it. I think this is the best value from this card we'll get, and one clue stays, even if this dies. And there is always extremely small chance it doesn't die, but I expect it to die. Like, it really will. Right, Ezrim? You love dying to mono black. Okay. Interesting one. They still have... Okay, so this could still be double go for the throat, but if they have only one, they cannot attack, and they actually cannot do much. What they want to discard, of course, is Marang, but they can only get one. Don't bat me again, or Duress. Well, Duress actually misses. But if they have another bat, that would be devastating. We have only those clues then. We can make some more with Anchorage. What are the chances they have exactly this one removal that goes around Hex? Oh, that's how I look, kinda. Well, that was exactly perfect for what we've done. Oh boy, the only card, they usually have like 1 or 2, so that was incredibly good for our opponent. Alright, and this is a ton of damage, so that means we are under way more pressure than we should at this point. So we could do what? I think we have to take this damage. At least they cannot attack with Bat easily, because we can threaten the Anchorage, and they have 1 card. Man, this Edict went so hard on our game plan. Like, every other removal would not matter. And now they're getting as the last card the best card. Oh, it's going great. It also basically doubles the damage, which means that now we literally need to draw into a counter spell because we cannot play otherwise. Like, this is absolute desperation play. We have to hit a counter spell for this. It has to be a good one. It is a good one. Go away, please. I don't want to see you. And thank you. And you can make those kind of plays with this deck because we run way more counter spells than normally, and they work very nicely. And with this draw, I believe, guys, we actually will win the game. Let's tap all the core. Nope. Nope. No, you are. No, you aren't. Let's go for this one. We sweep the board. I know I'm losing this. Maybe I should draw 1 card. Alright. So I wanted to have Marang, but I didn't count the mana. I actually cannot cast. And this is how you win. You just draw the card you need from the top of your library. And man, this was close, but they also had the perfect answer, so we are kinda even. We still need to draw the 3rd land, so it's a little bit scary. Alright, it's just stop being scary. We have counter spells, we have lands, we have all the control over the game. And we can counter the first spell. Man, should I read it? Probably. Let's counter it, so we don't need to read it ever again. I actually was looking at this card, you know, in the last days. So now we want to go into all the counter spells. They don't have too many things that threaten us, probably. So, you know, probably we use No More Lies, and then we try to get into 5 mana so we can get some extra cards. We're still a little bit shaky, but we survived the early game. Alright, I need to reread it. Look at the top 6 cards, put a land into battlefield tapped. And they create a food token. It's not the biggest deal. Maybe we can survive it? Nah, it's very expensive, let's just go with it. So if I had less counter spells, I would think twice. But with so many of them, I think we should be fine. We could even draw cards with Jace, but let's make sure that nothing weird drops. Those colors can be very annoying if you don't counter like enchantment or something. Or just an overlord. Okay. We will have to play a low value game, so I have to counter it because it's so strong. It ramps, it gives them a lot of options, and this is the first time when I can counter and also get some small advantage. Hopefully we draw into more counter spells. If not, we play Marang, and this is where the pressure stops for our opponent. We survived. It was close, like the last play was close to breaking us. And now we have all the stuff. Man, this is so good. I think it's too early for Ezrim. We need to find... We have another one, so we'll play the next one. First we need to have lands, counter spells, and make sure that nothing goes through. Is Jace good enough? I don't think so. We cannot really protect it yet. If they play something that doesn't instantly get value, we can always bounce it, slow them down, and draw cards. So that's the game plan. I would love to protect Jace and have like 4-5 mana on top of it. Or at least our opponent below on cards. They are playing white, so get lost is very likely. Okay. Here. So every turn, so even if our opponent doesn't do anything, it actually helps us a ton. We could draw one card. No, I think we need to be patient because our deck is basically better. So every turn they don't do anything puts us ahead. Okay, now we have Get Lost. So this could be a turn when we go for Jace. I'm doing it just to draw a card, basically. We most likely can answer everything they will play. So hopefully we don't need to counter anything. And even if something goes through that doesn't get hit by Into the Roil or Get Lost, that's fine. Oh my god, those were some big hits. Because then we can counter it. So either counter spell or any of those, and we should be fine. This is the turn when we are setting up. This is fine. This is fine. We can get Jace. Man, this is actually so incredibly helpful. And this was one of the reasons I didn't like Leyline initially. I mean, the card is great, but I personally didn't like to use it. Because if you are playing against any kind of control, you give them value. So now we have a great targeted dance step to get basically free stuff. Man, I can literally just keep bouncing it. But we will do it now. And by now I mean we pass the turn. Of course. Because our opponent is really low on threats. I think they have nothing that threatens us right now. And they need to draw it from the top. And we are stacking answers like crazy. Overlord is very annoying. This is a card we probably want to answer. This is a very powerful one. And I want to draw cards. We have Negate, so there's... yeah, and we have no more life. So on this 2 mana we can counter the next play, which means we get free value here. Okay, I hoped for Spellgyre. How much do they care about Graveyard? They do. They have Yuna. But I'll be honest, man, this is so risky to... Let's go Ultima for now. This is super chunky, so we probably won't cast it. Because this, if we discard it, we might never get it. Well, we won't, because we play 1. I will chill here. I don't want to tap fully with Jace in the board. So now we play an island. We go Rest in Peace. Just to make sure that it's annoying. I don't plan on drawing 3 cards with Jace. It doesn't matter, and I think this will mess them up. Like, I literally played, you know, the Yuna deck yesterday, so I remember how much it hurts. And it won't prevent our opponent's game plan, but it will, well, it actually does. But generally, it's here to slow them down, because they probably have a Get Lost in the whole deck, right? Or some answer to enchantment. I would assume. I don't think it does anything alone. Like, this doesn't have effect alone. So basically it doubles the end step triggers of like blink creatures and stuff. Okay. Okay. You done? Man, this feels so... Yoink! Guys, how would you not play Control? Isn't it way better than the other archetypes? It's just so fun. You have all the fun for yourself, you have full control over the game, and you can basically enjoy all the plays where your opponent is feeling absolutely helpless, as you can see. Man, this was a very nice victory, and we are very close to hitting Diamond. Well, we are going first, and this, hopefully, is our promo game for Diamond. We are going first. Man, I'm kinda baffled by the results we have so far. Like, it's looking really good. Can we win with this hand? Being on the play is incredibly important. We lack the 3 mana play. So that is a little bit scary. We need to see what the matchup is. That's super important. Let's play the land. Having first counterspell unlocked is always like a big step toward winning game. We drew another, that's nice. We could try going Jace, because we might be stuck on 3 lands for a while here. But you know what, we play 26 lands, we shouldn't be stuck for too long, hopefully. But of course if we get mana screwed like 3 turns in a row, then we are super behind. And this is probably counterspell, let's just keep tempo going. We want to be equal with our opponent. Now we have removal with Get Lost, so that helps a little bit. This is not my favorite play, but as we expected, we missed the lands. This is probably a Yuna deck. But we have answered. Oh my god. Oh boy! The big stuff entered the battlefield, or actually the graveyard. Unwanted remake? So they try to hit the big stuff. Alright, this is good. This is good, they wasted full turn for this. Now we have a counter spell. We could go for our last Jace, which is a little bit risky. They have Black Core, so there could be duress, but it's probably for Black Overlord. So I think we just go Spellgyre. I really hope for end step play, so we can draw cards, we get Marang in the land or something. And I think this will be the play. Let's go, this is super important. We are kinda close to breaking. Nope. Land from the top. I really like my lands from the top, but I think we need better stuff than this, and we should hit a land at some... Oh my god. Okay, this was such a good survey. If we didn't survey, we would miss a land here. Ezrim is okay, but it's not on the power level that those decks have cards. Like, if they play Atrax and we go Ezrim, we will feel very unhappy about this exchange, basically. And now we have double counterspell. Double Get Lost, so we have a lot of answers to a lot of different plays. Are you serious? Well, that's why we have triple Demolition Field. Thank you for cooperation. So they have Atraxa in their hand and they are aiming at playing Atraxa. This is terrifying. Let's go for probably blue mana here. Oh, they have blue? Because they know about Demolition Field, so either they missed it, or it goes into their game plan. So after seeing them use blue mana, I'm kinda scared that they have a counter spell like Spell Pierce. And there's not much I can do about it. I think we need to roll with it. Maybe we can mill them when they take too many cards with Atraxa. They still need to kill us. Yeah, that's kinda what I expected. But they're not playing Atraxa right now. So maybe they don't have it? Can we go Ezrim? Oh boy. I'm not sure how to play this. This can be our win con, man. I mean, Jace is the win con. Oh boy, if we play Ezrim, this can go so bad. This could be Smuggler's Surprise. I think we actually need to chill here. Can we kill them with Ezrim? I think, yep, see? As expected. So they're trying to draw cards with it, because they know that we cannot counter Atraxa, so if they draw Atraxa, it's just, you know, played instantly. And they're keeping 4 mana. I think it's worth it. This is one of the unique cards in the whole deck that can do this thing. So worst case, we just counter a few of them. That's fine. It helps them, gives them lands, but they still need to do the rest, draw the rest. Oh man, Ezrim is nice just for drawing 2 cards, so maybe we need to do it. I want to still keep the counter spell. We have double Demolition Field, so if we get good draw, we can prevent it. But I'm not sure how hard we should go for it. They didn't redraw the card. Oh, this is really bad draw. I think this is Jace. Let's go, Jace. If we hit Rest in Peace, that would really help, but I think we just go for this. Yeah, let's try to draw a card. We need some good answers here. And not sure if that qualifies as a good answer. We can protect Jace, but it's slow. Yeah, I think this will help. I think we get rid of Get Lost. We probably won't... Like, this is a good card, but we want flexibility. So having the third one is good for later, but not for now. Lockdown. Oh my god. Do they really think we will counter it? Man, this is such a low quality bait. Come on, bro. Oh, they're just throwing it, so we counter it. Oh, this was brutal, man. So now we can draw another card with Jace, which is... Okay, this is where we are getting started with the value. I need my Rest in Peace, man. I still have it in the deck, right? Honestly, this one card will solve the game. Demolition Field solves the game. And we can protect Jace with Into the Roil. Yeah, I think we completely give up on Ezrim, because we cannot tap in this game. Even though they have uncounterable with Atraxa, everything else can be countered. And if they draw so many cards, it's easier to mill them. So I think we go Marang. There is a chance they will try to hit Jace, and then we bounce Jace. We won't have a dragon, so that's a risky play. I think they will go for Jace here. And hopefully we can protect it. That will be kinda important. Bruh, they're going absolutely all in. And that's why we kept this 2 mana. See, I tell you, man, we are doing it. Like, we deserve the promotion. And that's how you go into Diamond with absolutely flawless score. I think we won every single game from Platinum 1 to Diamond with no loss, basically. So yeah, that was a good run. How about that? That was the control run we wanted to see. And before we go into the outro and show you all the stats, tell me if you like the intro. I made it. I thought it's pretty cool, but maybe I'm wrong. Tell me in the comments so we can decide how to do it in the future. I'm trying new stuff, so you guys enjoy it. And before we start, also, our absolute legend for today is Rodar R, my friend. You got the classic control with some cool twists, absolutely undefeated, so I think you got a golden classic. I hope you enjoyed it, and really thank you for supporting the channel. And yeah, this deck is for you, and thank you for being part of the channel. It's really appreciated. And yeah, with that being said, let's go to the stats, because that's what you want to see. As you have seen in the games, we went 6-0. I mean, maybe it wasn't as big of a surprise after you probably know it, but we actually went undefeated completely, so this is a good sign. And to be absolutely fair, I think I misplayed like 2 or 3 games, because I'll be honest, whenever I comment, I don't pay as much attention to the correct plays, because I'm just thinking what the comment will be if I think for too long. So it wasn't played optimally. You can get better results than this probably that I did in the video. So it's looking absolutely bright. Ezrim is a little bit of a dicey choice. It was a bit of a content choice. I just wanted to have something interesting. However, Ezrim saves some of the games, because this creature is very versatile. It has protection with hexproof, and it has lifelink. So if you're against aggro, this is basically one of your... This is the only way you can life gain, and especially with Fountainport, you pay some life extra, and you have completion on Jace. So I think this is a nice addition, but of course Jace is just easier to close games with, because it doesn't give your opponent chance to interact, and it's a little bit cheaper, because here you need 5 mana and also probably like 2 mana to protect it, and then counter spell. So it's more like turn 9 to 11 play, basically, to protect it. You have 2, so you can waste the first one and, you know, get a little bit of a risky play. So I really like this type of stuff. I was playing with, you know, I think it was the dragon, the Esper dragon that, you know, had protection and hexproof at discarding cards. I love win cons like this, so Ezrim always has a special place in my heart, but Jace is just brutally efficient, you know? So, yeah, that's the impression after playing with the deck. I'm so happy to see Control performing so well. Deck, as you can see, is very sleek. One of the ideas for the deck was that I wanted not only Into the Roils, which is the card you probably don't really see, but I played it plenty in Historic before it was in Foundations. This was one of my pet cards for years. But we most of all have tons of counter spells, and a lot of them are 2 mana, and you have seen in the games we played how important it is to instantly counter a spell on turn 2. Like, you cannot play the game if you don't counter Annex, like this 2 or 3 drop creature, you know, some enchantments that completely dominate the battlefield, like Talent, Forge. Like, basically the whole game is usually between 2 and 3, 4 mana, and you need to be ready, so you cannot whiff. So that's why we are playing 8 different counter spells, and negates are pretty nice. Sometimes you have seen they whiff, but at the same time it gives you so many new options during the game. And Spellgyre is of course the expensive one. One of the big ideas for this deck, and basically how I started making this one, I wanted a ton of counter spells, but because with mono red and aggro decks being a little bit less popular, because I'm seeing it way less than before. I mean, hard to see it more, it was literally every game, you know, but we are seeing other decks in standard, and those other decks usually give you more time, which means you can get to this 2, 3, 4 mana, and you can actually play a normal game of Magic, which means that you can survive and draw those counter spells. They are a little bit clunky, so every start of the game between turn 1 and 4 is a bit dicey. You need to, you know, get the right answers, but when you survive it, and you untap with this glorious 5 mana, so you can 3 steps ahead and draw cards, you are feeling invincible with this type of deck. And with Spellgyres we can also get some throwaway counter spells. If you play like 2, 3 steps ahead and 0 negates and just mana based counter spells, it's very limited. You have like 2, 3 cards you can hard counter during the whole game. This deck is completely different. You have 9 counter spells, each one of them like hardcore counters a spell, and you also have the soft ones with Exhale and Normalize. We are playing Marang, but I still wanted Normalize just to be more flexible early game, but you can, you know, increase the Exhales if you like it. It's a little bit easier on the mana because you don't need Azorius mana perfectly, but it's a little bit weaker on the early game, like, you know, especially if you are on the draw, your opponent has a little bit more mana and a little bit less cards. So sometimes Exhale can miss, but I like both cards, so it's up to you. A bit of a stylistical choice. But yeah, we have tons of ways to prevent everything our opponent is doing. And because we are going like a real hardcore control, we also have a lot of Demolition Fields. And this is a huge addition because that prevents Cavern of Souls, this new land, the Mist, I think something that makes spells uncounterable, and also all the lands like Fountainport, Mirex, stuff like this, or even the main lands. So if you really want to close your opponent on control so they cannot do a thing, Demolition Fields are super important because those lands can be very annoying, and we're playing nearly maximum amount, and because we are 2-color deck, we can afford it. So I really like this style of gameplay. It was fun, we absolutely crashed it on the ladder, and we are playing finally control that seems to be doing just fine, and I couldn't be more happy. Hopefully you watched out until the end. You are as excited for future of control. We'll see, because there's rotation, so you know, some of those cards will rotate out and we will need to find some new answers. Some of the cards I'm so used to that I cannot believe they actually will vanish after rotation, but you know, we will find another fresh standard, and what a time to be alive. Basically every month we have like a new format, so embrace it, enjoy it, and I hope you had great fun watching this video. Thank you for watching, and yeah, thank you for all the patrons as well that get us to survive the mono-red era, so now we can enjoy playing control. I hope you are excited as much as I am. Thank you for watching until the end. You are absolutely awesome for it. You can tell me in the comments if you made it to the very end. It's nearly 1 hour, but come on, we're enjoying control. This is a good time. And thank you for watching, guys, and see you tomorrow.